People are nincompoops. People are nincompoops. Do you know what that means? Nincompoop? Well, before I teach you that word, take a look at this little plug I bought on Amazon. Okay, plugs into the wall, and then it's got two USB ports there for charging your phone or whatever. So take a look at these instructions for this plug. It came with instructions. Now, what would you think the instructions would say? Well, I'll post a picture here so you can read what the instructions say. It says, plug it into the wall. Okay, so here's this plug, right? This thing's called a plug or a charger. In this case, it's kind of a plug and a charger, right? So step 1, plug it into the wall. Step 2, charge your phone or tablets. Isn't that nice to have some steps? It's a guideline for how to use this plug. In case you didn't know, they need to put that in there because people are nincompoops. If someone is a nincompoop, that means they are stupid. Okay? Are you a nincompoop? You better not be a nincompoop. I don't allow any of my subscribers to be nincompoops. Okay? So I hope you're not a nincompoop. Isn't that kind of isn't that crazy? They have to include a user manual, you know, to use this little guy, right? And it's good that they included that, because I was just gonna plug my phone right into here. I didn't know I have to put... Those birds are nincompoops. Would you read the user manual for something like this? Neckmitt. Kind of a cool sounding name. Neckmitt. Sounds like could be the name of like a scarf company. Neck mitt. You know what a mitt is? A mitt is something that keeps your hands warm in the winter. Here in Canada, it gets really cold in the winter, and a lot of people they wear mittens. A mitten is like it's kind of like a glove, but it only has one hole for all of these fingers and then a thumb hole. Okay, so it's not as useful as a glove, because a glove you can move your fingers individually, right? In each finger has its own kind of finger hole, right? It kind of got its own little pocket, so you can move, whereas with a mitten you kind of have to move all these fingers kind of the same, so it's kind of hard to grab something. Guys, look at this nice spot I'm in. Isn't that a nice bridge? You know, these days are really why living in Canada is nice. If these days were to continue, you know, for let's say 6 months, Canada would be a great place to live. Even if it were cold for 6 months and weather like this for 6 months, I would say it would be that would be a reasonable trade-off. Okay, 6 months cold, 6 months this. But there's a plane ruining my video, like always. The problem is there are not 6 months like this. There are a few days like this. Okay, like we have maybe, I would say, like 30 to 40 days like this per year. Nice days where it's like calm. Look, there's no wind. Right, look at that. Can you see the grass blowing? It's a very slight breeze. You can see it moving just a little bit. But guys, days like this are rare. My throat's dry. It feels like I need some water. Wonder if that water's safe to drink. Probably not. There's a nice little butterfly fluttering around here. Look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, and then mitten, neck mitt. This kind of sounds like if you were to make a, what are those scarves that are like one piece? Kind of like turtlenecks. Do you know what a turtleneck is? Kind of like a sweater with a long, like a super high collar. Those are called turtlenecks. But there's those like one piece things that you can just put over your head and they keep your neck. They're called neck warmers, I think. Neck warmers. So it'd almost be cool if you could make a company called Neck Mitt and you know, make neck warmers. There's an idea for you. If you make $1 million, give me a cut. A cut means a portion. Give me a part of your profits. All right, so anyway, so people are nincompoops. When I read that and when I saw this little pamphlet, like it's just this little let's see if I can dig it out of my pocket. See, it's got, look, see here, user guide, a little pamphlet here. It says user guide. Do you need a guide to use a plug? I mean, if you've been alive since, if you were born anytime in the past 100 years, you know what a plug is. That's called a plug, and you just plug things in. They really need a user guide for a plug? Are people nincompoops? So guys, I started to believe that people are nincompoops. I lost all faith in humanity when I read that user manual. It's only 2 steps, right? One step is plug the plug into the wall. Step 2, charge your phone. Right? It's got 2 steps. Oh man, you know what? I should get into manual writing. I should get a job writing manuals, because think about that. Someone created that little pamphlet. Someone got paid money, right? So maybe the Neck Mitt or whatever, the company, right? They paid somebody to make this. Can you imagine getting paid? That's your job. You're sitting behind a desk and Neck Mitt sends you a product. Okay, Mark, we want you to create a user manual for this plug. Oh boy, that's gonna be a hard job, boss. Well, I'll do it after my coffee break. Gotta take a 15-minute coffee break, come back and start thinking, what could I say in this user manual? Ooh, I know. Step 1, plug it into the wall. I gotta go for another coffee break. I'll think about step 2 when I get back from my break. Guys, look at that bird. Kind of a nice little bird up there. Kind of got a nice cheerful sound. So we're back from our coffee break. Step 2, charge your phone. Just charge it, right? That's what it's for. You charge it, that's it. Okay, we're done for the day. Hey boss, here you go. I created you a nice user manual for the product, and I'll be expecting my salary at the end of the week. How much do you think people get paid to create manuals like this? That would be a sweet job, wouldn't it be? You know, when I was living in China, I thought it would be cool to start a translation company, because if you've ever been to China, you know that the English in everywhere, on menus, signs, it's hilarious. It's hilarious because these people who make these signs, they just plug something into Google Translate, or not even, because they don't have Google over there. They plug it into maybe Baidu Translate or something like that, and it gives them whatever it gives them. That's what they put on the sign or on the menu. Some of these things are just hilarious. You gotta go to China. I kind of miss living in China for that purpose, just reading menus and seeing it, like them trying to make English signs that make sense. It never made sense. Like some of these were just, wow, guys, look at that nice backyard. Got a nice sprinkler there. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I kind of miss living in China. They were just hilarious, those things. Reading a menu. It was like, that was 90% of the enjoyment. Now, I do happen to love Chinese food. Then the food in China was, in my experience, it was great. I loved it, from the street food to the, you know, to the more sit-down type of restaurants. It was great. I loved many things about living in China. I wish I could go back. Maybe if the political situation is a little bit better and I don't risk ending up behind bars for no reason, I might go back. I'd love to go back. I like the people, I like the food, it's just kind of walking around the streets and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, oh, I see a duck. Guys, let's go duck hunting. So that's all I wanted to say in this video, is just to teach you guys the word nincompoop. Okay, a nincompoop is just a dumb person. So if you want to insult someone and, you know, describe them as dumb, you can say, you're such a nincompoop. Nincompoop. So there's a magpie on the rock. That big bird is a magpie. And then I don't know if you can see, in the sun's kind of just past the sun there, there's a duck swimming away. Actually, there's a couple ducks in here. It's kind of nice, isn't it? I feel like I have to sneeze, guys. They say if you have to sneeze, you should look at the sun, but it's kind of bright. I don't want to look at the sun. So I guess I'll hold back my sneeze. So guys, anyway, I went off on a tangent talking about China. A tangent is like a rabbit trail, where you start talking about something else, right? I was talking about something, the plug, and then oh yeah, the user manual. That made me think, because these products are all made in China, so it's probably some Chinese person who made this user manual. Now the English in this manual is fine. It's good English, I think. I didn't really look at it that much, but it would be a cool job, wouldn't it be, to just make user manuals, to think, how are people going to use this product? I would love that. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you about when I was in China, I was thinking about starting a business, like a translation verification business, where I would have my Chinese friend. I had a good Chinese friend out there. His name was Black. I can't remember what his Chinese name was. Actually, he changed his name a bunch of times. That's what these Chinese people do. They have like their real name, which is a Chinese name, and then they just kind of arbitrarily choose an English name. It could be like Apple or Cherry. Very often it's the names of fruit for women. But anyway, this guy, he chose the name Colin as his name, and he used that for a long time, and then he wanted to use a different name, in Black, so he changed his name to Black, his English name, right? So anyway, so I was thinking of starting a business with him where, you know, we could go to companies that needed translation, like, or restaurants or anything, and we could make a proper menu. Right? But I think the foreigners a lot of the foreigners in China, they don't want to see proper English. They get a kick out of seeing these English mistakes. If you get a kick out of something, that means you enjoy it, right? It's just, it makes you laugh, or you know, it's kind of humorous, right? If you get a kick out of it. So don't be a nincompoop, and thank you guys for all your support, and as always, I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.